Hello Taurus, and welcome to your Astroflower reading for the month of June. If you've been following us on the Astroflower, I thank you very much for your subscription and your support of this channel. If you want to support this channel, very simple, just need to subscribe and click that bell. Just go ahead, it'll only take 2 seconds and it'd be much appreciated, the support that you give us. So this is a reading for the month of the Astroflower of June. If you want to know more about the Astroflower, there's loads of links in the description below, but let's just on the basic sort of front. Here is the karmic path for the relationships, which is this side. This is for this month. And this is the karmic path for your financial sort of side, which is on this side. This is the overall energy for the week. Now, it's got to be important here when I do an Astroflower reading, the cards are used as clarifications to the messages, not that the cards are the message. They help out with the message. That's what it is. So it should be taken that way. This is the first week, second week, third week, and then the combining fourth week. So let's see what's going on for you. Let's start off on the relationship side. So this is coming from you, Taurus. This is pushing out. You're demanding more of the world around you. You're demanding more of the relationships that are around you. So this could be sort of family, friends, community. This could also be your partner. And I don't think this is a call of action for you. I think you're doing the call of action. That's what it seems to be like. So that's what's going on the relationship side. Let's just see what's going on the overall energy that's going through you. Okay, so it seems like if you're, in order to get a bit of momentum in your life, and you've had your first month after your birthday, and you should be getting into the flow of what you should be doing this year. And in order to speed that up, or to get that really into a nice sort of regular rhythm, it seems like on the relationship side is the part that's going to be feeding that change or that movement in your life that you like. Is going to be more important than on your business side. It doesn't mean that there's nothing on your business side. It just means that I think that it may be influencing what you do in the way of work, in the way of a business, in the way of projects and so forth. So let's go first on the first week on the relationship side. We will be coming back to that card there as we go into that. Let's see here. So on the first week, it's almost as if like the outside world is coming towards you and saying, Taurus, this way. So they're not actually coming straight up to you. They're actually calling to you. So they're almost calling you on the thing. And I think this is where you come into, it's realizing how other people position themselves around you, I think, in this first week. Victory. So I think this could be where they're calling you to life. This could be that call to action. And yes, it may start off with, I remember, as I was saying in this, I think it's you who's doing the call of action. But I do think the outside world is giving that first heads up. Once you've got that first heads up, I think you can then encourage the rest of the relationships that are around you to evolve as well. And that's going to give you that sense of victory on this side, of how people want you to be part of their life. And I think you should answer that call in order to call them or call on relationships from your side. So let's see what's happening in the second week. This is where it's coming from you a lot more. In the second week, this is like, it's almost as if you're like feeding it, but at the same time you're feeding the relationships or investing in those relationships that are around you. You're also asking the relationships to appropriate the exchange in a particular way. So you're asking people to, if they're going to do something, then do it. Or you're going to ask people to actually move as well. If you're going to move, they're going to move with you. That's the sort of thing. It's sort of like, it's a drumbeat. It's that rhythmical sort of thing, I think. And it's knowing that it's where now you become part of the call to action on the world around you. I think that sort of starts in the second week of June. and you start evolving involving other people within your life. And it's very much more proactive in the way of relationships on that side. And according to that, this is, see how it's going to play out. So this is the third week here. It's going to bring things to the surface on the third week of June. So you're going to be in a position where you can actually sort what is good and what is not bad within the relationships, or actually concentrate on the good side of the relationships to try and help it develop or grow even further. So it is that continuing call of action from your side, saying that if we do this, this is the best thing, you know, this is the good things we can get out of this relationship. And it's helping yourself to help other people. Being in a good place so then everyone else can be in a good place. And it's almost like positioning from your side, but it's like an imposition as well that you do upon the world around you. The King of Pentacles. It is that, you know, harsh but fair. I don't know if you say that in other countries, but, you know, it's a case of being logical and true, even if it's someone says that, you know, they you know, if someone said, okay, I want to put the air conditioning on me, the cooler on me outside, and you're kind of saying, well, you know, go inside, be a bit cool, or go a place where it's going to be a little bit cooler, rather than just using electricity. That's stupid. That's illogical. It's going to cause detriment to the entire world. And it's doing that sort of thing of being harsh but fair that's going to, then they'll go inside and they'll kind of go, do you know, I went inside and I found this book was lovely. And, you know, you've been reading it and it's been great. So this is where you can position yourself to be that, you know, be that head of the family in a way, head of that tribe, or that group, or the community that is around you. Okay, let's just see what's going on the business side of life, on your money and etc. Here we got the Hierophant, so you know what you want, and it's just a case of going ahead and getting it. But you've got to go through it systematically and very logically and methodically about it, almost being very religious about it, unifying your ideas and the actual project itself. That's what this month is all about, putting in place the foundations, or crossing the T's and dotting the I's, making sure everything's in place so success is much more possible than failure within your job, or within your business, or within your finances. Let's just see what's going on in the first week here. So this comes from you, and it's almost as if like it's like filtering something. So let's say it's centrifugal, sorting from one thing from another, but it's getting the essence out of a situation. So it's almost as if it's coming from you, that you're forcing a situation to turn on itself in order to get every aspect or every view of your job, business, or project. So it could be stressful because there's a lot of things to work out. I wouldn't worry too much about that stress. I would keep on and make sure you know what you want to marry in the future. Yeah, it's a stressful week to go through according to work, which you will see in your weekly readings this week, which will be coming out on Thursday. And you'll be able to see it in that. It'll be interesting to see how this week plays out. But I think it's a stress that is obliged in a way, simply because of what you're trying to do in life. So if I was trying to build a house, it's the stress of getting all the materials and making sure I've got everything in place and all the people that should be working on the project in place. And that's a lot of stress, but it's temporary stress. It's not long-term stress. So I think it's more that a very intense week by the looks of it. But it does come from you because you might be very demanding as well that week. Second week here is a lot calmer. It's a certain harmony, it's a certain rhythm that you're finding. That's that rhythm I was talking about earlier on. I think you're finding it this week, in that second week of June. You're still asking more. Just be careful you don't ask for too much. Yeah. Okay, so 5 of Swords. So I think this is where you've realised here that there's some things that are not worth fighting over. Once you've turned it down in all its senses on this side here, there's actually, you know, if it's going to take so much of your time in order to make this one little thing work, is it worth doing? And I think that's the realization that's coming out this week here, where you're still imposing upon life, but you're also at the same time realizing the limitation of what life can offer you within the position that you are. But don't forget, keep your eye on the goal all the time, all the way through this month. Keep your eye on the goal. And the third week, this is where it comes together. I think this is also to do with your positioning on your relationship side, but it's on your business side. It's almost as if everything starts to fit into place, and all of a sudden things start moving into action. The world, the end of a cycle. It's the end of that worrying cycle. By the third week, you should be in a position where you have everything, all the resources that the world could offer you, and it's starting on that new cycle going forward. And as you start on that new cycle, everything is really possible. And that's what you should be concentrating on this month. Keeping your eye on the goal, going through that stress, pushing that stress a little bit so you get everything ironed out perfectly for you. Okay? And then in the fourth week, the combining of the two, steady growth, long-term success. These are real moments this month here where you could feel that you're in a position where you could really build something momentous upon what you've got. Okay, the unknown. So, yeah, I think you're getting, as I say, I think you're getting a solid foundation that it's clear about what what you can do here, what you can build on this foundation. But obviously, with the Moon card, there's a lot of hidden things. So the ideas are there, but it's not totally in place as yet. But you've got into that rhythm, and as you do, I think the fourth week here, and it's the same for when you position yourself in week 3 on your relationships here, and also on the way in which you do it on the World card here on your third week of your finances, is going to make the unseen things that you didn't reckon upon. And I think it's going to be more on the emotional sort of side than on the physical side. I think I said that at the beginning, but and I think it's going to bring things to the surface that make you kind of go, oh yeah, I didn't see that. That's where you got to have that little bit of flexibility. So that calling of action for other people, and it may be a case of realizing that who's heard the call of action, basically. It could be as simple as that. But it is in the fourth week of realizing things that you didn't really see. And having that flexibility, not only within you emotionally, but within your working world, in order to get the best out of life. But it's certainly, I think this month here is where you start a rhythmical movement of moving forward in life. Okay, so there you go, Taurus. We will be doing your weeklies that will be coming out on Thursday, of course. So I will see you there for that. If you're already part of the Astroflower family, I do thank you for your support for this channel. If you want to help this channel, the best thing you can do, and it's very easy to do, you can do it right now, is just to subscribe and click that bell. We do have lots of links in the description below, and we do lots of things on Instagram. So in the meantime, Taurus, all that's left for me to say is really, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.